With trembling hands, she stepped into the clearing. "Kofi, Juma, what is going on?" she demanded, her voice breaking. Kofi and Juma turned, their faces pale with shock. "Amina, we can explain," Kofi stammered, reaching out to her. In a village nestled between rolling green hills and whispering forests, there lived a girl named Amina. She was known throughout the village for her kindness and beauty. Her skin glowed like the warm earth after a rain, and her smile could light up the darkest night. Amina lived with her family in a small thatched roof hut. They were simple people, but their hearts were full of love and laughter. Amina's boyfriend Kofi was a handsome young man with a charming personality. He was the village's best storyteller, weaving tales that left everyone in awe. Kofi and Amina had been inseparable since childhood, their bonds growing stronger with each passing day. They spent their days exploring the lush forest, swimming in the crystal clear river, and sharing dreams under the vast starlit sky. One day, a stranger arrived in the village. His name was Juma, and he was Amina's brother who had been away for many years. Juma had left the village when he was just a boy to study in the city, and now he had returned, taller and more handsome than anyone remembered. His eyes sparkled with intelligence, and his presence commanded respect. The village elders welcomed Juma with open arms, and a grand feast was organized to celebrate his return. The village square was decorated with colorful fabrics and lanterns, and the air was filled with the aroma of delicious food. Amina wore her best traditional dress, a bright kente cloth that shimmered in the evening light. Kofi too dressed in his finest, a dashiki that matched Amina's dress. As the night progressed, Juma and Kofi became fast friends. They shared stories and laughed heartily, their bond growing stronger with each passing moment. Amina was delighted to see her brother and her boyfriend getting along so well. However, as the days turned into weeks, Amina began to notice something strange. Kofi and Juma were spending more and more time together. They would disappear for hours, returning with secret smiles and shared glances. Amina's heart grew heavy with worry, but she pushed her fears aside, trusting in their love and friendship. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Amina decided to follow them. She crept through the forest, her footsteps silent on the soft earth. She found Kofi and Juma by the river, their heads close together whispering. Amina's heart pounded in her chest as she strained to hear their conversation. "Are you sure about this, Kofi?" Juma asked, his voice filled with concern. "Yes, Juma," Kofi replied, his tone resolute. "I love you and I can't hide it any longer." Amina's world shattered in that moment. Tears streamed down her face as she realized the truth. Kofi was in love with her brother. The pain was unbearable, but Amina knew she had to confront them. With trembling hands, she stepped into the clearing. "Kofi, Juma, what is going on?" she demanded, her voice breaking. Kofi and Juma turned, their faces pale with shock. "Amina, we can explain," Kofi stammered, reaching out to her. "Explain what?" Amina cried, her voice trembling with anger and hurt. "That you've been lying to me? That you've been cheating on me with my own brother?" Juma stepped forward, his eyes filled with regret. "Amina, we never meant to hurt you. We didn't plan for this to happen." Amina shook her head, her tears falling like rain. "How could you do this to me? I trusted you both." Kofi took a deep breath, his eyes pleading. "Amina, I never wanted to hurt you, but I can't deny my feelings for Juma. I love him." Amina's heart ached with the weight of their betrayal. She turned away, unable to look at them. "I need time to think," she whispered, her voice barely audible. Days turned into weeks, and Amina struggled to come to terms with the truth. She sought solace in the embrace of her family and the wisdom of the village elders. They reminded her of the importance of forgiveness and the strength of the human heart. One evening, As the sun set over the village, Amina called Kofi and Juma to the riverbank. She stood before them, her heart heavy but resolute. "I have thought long and hard about what happened," she began, her voice steady. "I cannot change the past, but I can choose how to move forward." Kofi and Juma listened, their eyes filled with hope and remorse. "I cannot deny the love you have for each other," Amina continued, her voice softening. "But I cannot forget the pain you caused me. I need to find my own path, to heal and grow." Kofi stepped forward, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Amina, I understand. We are truly sorry for hurting you. We never meant to cause you pain." Juma nodded, his voice breaking. "Amina, you are my sister and I love you. I hope one day you can forgive us." Amina took a deep breath, her heart lighter than it had been in weeks. "I forgive you," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. "But I need time to heal. I hope we can all find happiness in our own ways." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the village, Amina, Kofi and Juma stood together by the river, their hearts heavy with the past, but hopeful for the future. They knew that healing would take time, but with love and forgiveness, they would find their way. In the years that followed, Amina blossomed into a strong and independent woman. She found joy in her passions and surrounded herself with people who loved and supported her. Kofi and Juma too built a life together, their love growing stronger with each passing day. The village embraced them, celebrating their unique bond and the power of love and forgiveness. And so, in the heart of the village, under the watchful eyes of the ancestors and the stars, the story of Amina, Kofi and Juma became a tale of love, betrayal, and the unbreakable strength of the human spirit. A story that will be told for generations to come, reminding everyone that even in the face of heartbreak, love and forgiveness can light the way to a brighter future.